American dream is, it's like hopeful and like it inspires you to like want to be a better version of yourself and for your family.
Being able to work hard at a good salary and save and plan for a good future.
The American dream is everyone having the same opportunity to achieve their own dreams.
Most easily summarized as equality of opportunity.
The American dream is the idea that any individual can achieve whatever they want.
Achieve success, money, wealth, all that stuff.
Yeah, basically fulfilling your dream.
To live a long life and enjoy it and go out and walk and walk and walk.
Work hard, education, play, get what you want.
Not having the government be in your way to do what you want.
I think it's the opportunity that our nation provides to those who grew up here or who move here to have a better life for themselves and their family through hard work, education, and being a good citizen.
Yeah, I think it has to. Kind of by definition, right? If the American dream is aspirational, something that members of the culture all kind of implicitly agree on, then as the makeup of the population changes, then we assume that the things that they reach for change as well.
No, I don't think it's still the same dream. The environment's changed a little bit over the years.
I think the spirit is still there.
Well, I think the progress of technology from the industrial age to our services or information age is a big part of it. Back in the day, you could have a job at a factory and have one job for your entire career and own a home and send your kids to school, but now that's really changed. We're now a more services-oriented economy, and people move jobs multiple times throughout their work careers.
No, not really. Some people like to walk, some people don't.
I think the American dream has changed over the years, mostly due to the social and economic stances of individuals in the country. So during times of financial wealth, people might have more extravagant dreams, and during times of disparity or economic downturns, those ideas might be a little bit more conserved.
Universal concept. I think all people dream the dream. Parts of the world where fulfilling the dream is impossible, and some live in parts of the world where the dream is possible.
I think the American dream has a universal definition, but depending on person to person, it might vary.
It's since the formation of our country, the myth that you can reinvent yourself, be who you are, be who you want to be, and succeed regardless of your birthplace, regardless of your culture, regardless. You can work hard and make it.
The goal that people are aiming at is going to differ by each individual.
Well, certainly the goal line for each person is probably a little different. We have aspirations of perhaps a title, greater wealth, a bigger house, more experiences, so it certainly depends on your viewpoint.
I think the American dream has always kind of had a steady rate of achievability because it changes based on the situation.
If you want to do it, you'll do it. You'll just do what you feel is the right thing to do.
Yeah, it's definitely harder now than it was 50 or 60 years ago, right? So by 50 years ago, 60 years ago, so 50 years ago it was the mid-60s, 60 years ago it was the mid-40s. Both times post-war economic boom and significantly less economic stratification. So it was a whole lot easier to have mobility across social classes in those time periods than it is today.
I think it's difficult, hard to achieve now. Taxes are high, and a lot of what you earn has to go to taxes.
I think it's about the same. I think there's still struggles in many different facets, but I think it's still there. I still think it's possible, though.
I think it's probably a very similar effort from the past to today. I think if you apply yourself, you have a good moral compass to guide you, a good work ethic, a respect for applying yourself at the job at hand. You know, it doesn't really matter if you're the janitor or you're the CEO. If you're giving it your all, if you're friendly to your coworkers, if you're lifting other people up, I think you're going to be successful at what you do, because people are going to recognize you as somebody who wants to do better and get ahead in life.
Yes, it's interesting because growing up, my father was very successful and he only had a 2-year community college degree, and my mom never went to college but was successful in her own right. And so at that time you could be successful without having gone to college. I think that has changed.
Being able to get through college, getting a college degree, put me ahead of a lot of people. And I think good money management, which others helped me develop good money management skills.
Mary and Joe, because I did not ever think I'd get married.
No, I wouldn't say there's any seminal moment.
No.
And I tend to think that ideas like the American dream get thrown in with mom, God, apple pie, and saluting the flag before you say the Pledge of Allegiance, which is to say mindless patriotism. That's not saying that there's anything wrong with America, right? But I am saying that there's a segment of society that just blindly kind of genuflects to anything that's wrapped in red, white, and blue. And I'm a skeptic by nature.
My concept of the American dream is to have a career supporting our nation that allowed myself and my family to have a great number of experiences around the world. It's certainly a career that's given us the opportunity to do whatever we want, whether it's live in other countries, travel in and around America and the world. We've had a lot of great experiences.
Again, right, if the idea is that the American dream writ large is the idea that no matter where you start from, you at least start on an even footing to compete. But that at a micro level, it's about what an individual is trying to strive for. I don't think you can pin down any one specific thing, and it's a very nebulous concept, which is also why I think it's so sticky, right? It's real easy to come up with platitudes that make people feel good, as long as you can't make them concrete enough that they can actually be disproven.
I think the dream might have been the same.
The Roaring *20s, that was a time of frivolity and gaiety, happiness, and I think a real zest for life and for living. Certainly a great opportunity and time to be in America, but the downturn of the Great Depression really turned that on its ear. Probably one of the most difficult times in our nation's history. When you sort of add up the birth of our nation, the Civil War, and the Great Depression, those were probably the most taxing and the most trying. It had to be an incredibly resilience-building experience. And for those that didn't give up and focused on the happiness and health of their family first, the material things sort of went away.
In the 1920s, I would assume the American dream consisted of lavish living and wealth, compared to the Great Depression, where the American dream might have simply been a steady income, a house, and a healthy family. And in today's society, I would say the American dream is back to some status of wealth.
I think every decade is different, because sometimes it's better than others.